What's up, Fit Fam? Oh, testosterone. Let's talk about these testosterone. Now, this video is going to be primarily for the fellas, primarily because ladies don't, y'all don't really think about testosterone that much. Like, it's not even really that applicable. So this video is specifically for my fellas in hopes that I can sway some fellas that know me, that have seen me and how I work and how I do things, to take the natural route, man, because there's just so much. We're targeted, man. We're targeted by this TRT industry and all these different things like boost your testosterone this, boost your testosterone that. There's ads everywhere. They're trying to sell you stuff to go and boost your testosterone with this, that, and the other. And I'm just trying to convince people, sway people to take the natural route, and using myself as an example. So I got my blood work done in January. I've had these numbers for some time now. I've just been trying to get my studio open, so it just took me a little while to get to this video. But either way, I want to broach the subject because there's so many things, and guys are looking, man. Guys are searching on the internet. Everybody wants to be a little bit more buff, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more lean, a little bit more attractive. Everybody, guys do too, man. Like, you think that females are the only ones out there going to get the eyelashes and stuff popping all out their face and stuff, and then the hair done, you know what I'm saying, and Botox and all that. Like, guys want to look good too, man. So, you know, we tried to sell the dad bod. The first they tried to sell us the dad bod as the preferable body for women, and that was categorically false. So now they're trying to sell us. Now they're trying to sell us on testosterone injections, and so I'm just like, no, because our lifestyles are not conducive for us to be taking shortcuts. We're already obese and unhealthy, and taking testosterone shots is not going to help because it can actually make it worse, especially if you do not have your lifestyle in check. But they got people, hey, you could go to any clinic, get somebody to diagnose you with some low T, and then they go and boost you up with some shots. But people don't realize the cost associated. There's a cost for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize that you got to go to the clinic. It's going to cost money. It's expensive to do it. Number one, that's why they want you to do it. That's why there's so much advertising for it. So you got to go. You got to get all these injections. You got to do it between weekly and daily. And the cost is going to depend on how often you have to do it. You have to inject this into yourself daily or weekly. And then on top of that, on top of the cost and the time associated with going back and forth to the doctor, you got to go get your blood work done regularly, because you have to check up and see what are the side effects, because there are side effects. You know what I'm saying? You got to check your blood pressure regularly. You have to have a blood pressure cuff if you're going to take testosterone, because it increases your blood viscosity, and that's going to make your blood pressure go up. Thicker blood is harder for your heart to move throughout your body. So on top of that, you may have side effects and health concerns. You got a huge expenditure. You got this thing that you have to do on a regular basis in terms of injecting yourself. Then you got to go get your blood work done consistently. So you either got to order those kits to do it at home and send it in, or you got to go to a lab somewhere and get your blood work done weekly or bi-weekly. You have to get your blood work done all the time. It's like another job. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize the amount of work you have to put in to make that happen. And we're already lazy to begin with. You're lazy. You're like, a lot of people are doing it just because they're lazy. So I'm just trying to tell people, look, man, let's maximize our natural potential. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's maximize our natural potential first. Let's do that first. Show me where you maximize your natural potential first, and then put in the work on a consistent basis for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've made this part of your lifestyle. And then you know what I'm saying, if you reach that limit and you're still not satisfied, then maybe we can talk. Maybe. But you got to exhaust all effort to do it the right way first, before you just go run into the nearest clinic or a little underground shop to get somebody to give you something to inject in your body, man. It's not okay. And so what were your numbers, Dad? So I'm like I said, I'm using myself as the best case scenario. So I got my blood work back, and I put it up here on the screen. I had to request testosterone numbers because this was just, it was a blood panel, and I'll share the rest of my blood work later. But I got my blood work back along with my testosterone numbers, and the reference range for this particular lab, now it varies like by the lab, but one thing you should know is that over the years we're seeing testosterone numbers drop on average for the general population, and part is because our lifestyles are crappy, our diets are crappy, and you know, we're not moving enough, and we just got bad habits, man. We just got vices and bad habits everywhere because the internet has basically consumed our mind, and the information is going into our head faster than we can actually make legitimate use of it. And so we just end up with all these bad habits, man. Just sitting down too long, staring at the TV, too inactive, not socializing enough. And so we're just going into this dark hole of like simulation. It's like a simulation, man. We're not living life. Life is meant to be spent outside. Like our ancestors were out there hunting animals and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And shoot it with an arrow and then chop it up and eat it, you know what I'm saying? And their testosterone levels were high because they had to go down and hunt something that could kill you, you know what I'm saying? Like they got to go hunt wild boars and stuff. And tigers would kill it with an axe and a machete, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now we're like worried about taking our Surface Pro into the office. You know what I'm saying? Like, who do you expect testosterone levels to be higher? You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been almost neutered to an extent in this genderless society that we're trying to create. But never mind, I'm not even gonna talk about that. But anyways, what was your testosterone numbers, Des? So like I said, the range was up to 923. I think it went down to like 3 something, up to like 923. And so my number was 878. Now I'm 42 years old. So obviously if the top of the range for anybody is 923 or 916, it was something like that. It'll be up on the screen. Mine was 878. So I ain't very far from the very top end of the range. Now I was super proud. I was super proud of that because I can literally feel it in my body. Like I've never been so strong and so fit at this size ever in my life. I feel like I'm like Neo when he, you know what I'm saying, when he like went into the Matrix, when he like absorbed into the Matrix and took over. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I feel like. I feel like Neo, y'all. Like I feel young and vibrant and stuff. Like my joints don't hurt as much. You know, my joints really don't bother me at all. I feel like I got as much muscle on my frame. I feel like my conditioning is good for 229 pounds. I feel like I could run a 5:30 mile right now. Like I really feel like if I could train for like a couple weeks, I could run a mile in 5:30, like outside. You know what I'm saying? Obviously on a treadmill I can do it, but outside I feel like I'm like a 5:30, 5:15 to 5:30 mile. I gotta put that. I'm gonna put that in the test though. We're gonna test that out and see some point soon. We're gonna go to a track meet, try that out. But 878, I feel like my lifestyle has contributed to me being that. Now let's keep in mind that I'm the best case scenario. So like in my lifetime, I've never smoked, I've never drank, I've never done any type of drugs whatsoever. None. No drugs, no PEDs, no weed, no nothing, no drug at all ever in my life. When I was young, I started being trained like a professional athlete when I was 12 years old. I was out with my uncles and stuff like that. With my uncle who was playing professional football, he had college athletes and stuff that would come to our hometown and train and would go to the local track. And I was out there trying my best to keep up. I was getting left in the dust, but I was trying my best to keep up. And I said, one day, I'm going to keep up with those guys. You know what I'm saying? One day, y'all just wait. I'm going to be faster than everybody out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my mindset was. So I came out of the house. Only time I came out of the house was to go to school and to play sports. And once I turned 15, to go to school, play sports, and work my job. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like best case scenario, because I know a lot of people get into bad habits and stuff just due to social pressure. The pressure in my life was to get your grades and go ball out. You know what I'm saying? That was my life. That's how I was raised. That's what I was taught to do. So that is why my testosterone is near the high end of the limit. My genetics, I have elite genetics on both sides of my family, and my lifestyle, because those are the two things that are going to affect your testosterone numbers. Now you have your your overall testosterone, and you have your free testosterone. Your overall testosterone is somewhat important because you can affect it, and your free testosterone is the primary concern. But your free testosterone is typically going to be a percentage of your overall testosterone, so it's good to have that number be high as well. But we have these poor lifestyle habits that continue to chip away at the numbers, man. And if you can eliminate those, you reduce your cortisol levels, you reduce all these things that would hinder your ability to be the most alpha male that you can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to reach like Goku level 1000. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be like Goku Super Saiyan. You know what I'm saying? Like, with yellow hair and everything. So I just want to try to convince guys, man, don't just run to, because there's so many people that just run into the little corner, these little drug dealers in the gym. You know what I'm saying? They're drug dealers in every gym selling stuff. In every LA Fitness you go in, they got a sign, steroids are dangerous to such and such a blah, blah, this side. Like, the first time I saw it, I was like, really? Is that bad? But this is a billions of dollars industry, and people making these drugs in their garage, somewhere in their basement, and then selling them. And they get, one dude tried to offer me some stuff, and it was in a bottle, and it had a label that was printed, looked like it was printed on a printer from like 1990, like the first color printer ever, like 1998. It looked like the first color printer ever known to man. The label was printed. I was like, man, you got to be crazy if you think I'm about to put that in my body. Man, you got me twisted. But anyways, man, let's take care of our bodies first. Let's maximize our natural potential first, because there are these costs. You know what I'm saying? There's a cost to go with everything. So if you're willing to go through, put in the work, figure out what your natural potential, maximum potential is, then say, okay, now let me reassess and see if I want to do that. But nobody's doing it. Everybody's just running to this option of, let me take these drugs right quick, and then I can lift heavy and I can look buff, and you know what I'm saying? And forget all the side effects. But we see in the fitness industry, all these bodybuilders and fitness influencers falling over dead from heart attacks, man. One of the guys that was in the Olympia died like the night before the Olympia in his hotel room, had a heart attack. One of the top level guys died recently, not too long ago. You see one of the popular fitness influencers, they're dying left and right, man, because they're trying all this extreme stuff just to get attention. Is it worth it? Is it worth your life for follows and likes? Is it worth dying for? I just try to have real conversations, man. I'm not even gonna say that. So anyways, my total testosterone was high, but that's not even the important number. The important number is the free testosterone, because that's what's going to determine. We have what's called SHBG, which is sex hormone binding globulin, which binds to your testosterone. And once that binds to your testosterone, you can use it for building muscle and looking fresh and looking fly. You know what I'm saying? So it's your free testosterone that's important. You got one other one called albumin that binds to it. Now you can affect these numbers with your lifestyle to keep more free testosterone, but they have ranges based on your age. And so I looked it up to see what the number was for my particular age group. And so that range went up to 17, I think it was 17.1 nanograms per deciliter, which is what we measure our testosterone content levels in. And so mine was 17.2. Yeah, dog, yeah. 17. It may have been 17 to 17.1. Whatever it was, mine was one decimal point higher than what they had on the reference range. So I'm like, there's no more validation for me as a trainer and as a guy who's been lifetime natural. There's no more validation for me as far as my lifestyle, what I'm doing, how I'm looking and appearing now. I'm more muscular than ever. Like, I've been making videos and content over the years. I've never looked more muscular than I am now. I've never been as comfortable running at the same speeds at a treadmill and fitness and stuff. I'm setting records on, 1,000 meter row. I posted that recently. Like, this is how I feel. And I'm just trying to unlock this potential in so many guys, because we set these limits and then we just run for the shortcut because we don't put in the work to realize our natural potential. Now, I realize that my natural potential is not the same as everybody else. I realize that. But can I get you to just try? Can I get you guys to just try to reach your natural potential? You know what I'm saying? Don't settle for being dad bod and all that kind of nonsense. Don't settle for just, you know, putting your tail between your legs and limping to the TRT clinic. Like, buck up, man. But bow your back, man, and knuckle up. You know what I'm saying? Let's fight for this, man. Let's present to our wives and our family like the best version of ourselves, the most buff looking macho man alpha version. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I train dudes, man, if they're not long, they come back, they wife pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I train dudes, I get them in shape. Next thing you know, they wife pregnant. I train women, they get them in shape. Next thing you know, they pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lose more women customers that way because I send them home after they done got in shape. Free testosterone, your over testosterone is not everything, but it is something, because your free testosterone is going to be 2 to 3% normally of your overall testosterone. So 2 to 3% of, you know, 800 is going to be better than 2 to 3% of 200. You know what I'm saying? So I was super happy validating my training style, my lifestyle, all of those things. Now, I do have my total blood panel, which I will share with you guys at a later date. But I didn't want to make this video too long, man. But I'm super happy with what I've been doing, and this is what I'm trying to teach the guys that I train. You can do this too. Don't just run to the clinic, you know what I'm saying? Because most guys want that, you know what I'm saying? Most guys want to look buff and all that kind of stuff. That's what guys want, you know what I'm saying? Like, girls want to look pretty and get the attention, have our hair and the Botox and the eyelashes hanging off like that. Guys want to be buff, and most of the guys want to be buff and get some attention and be able to take their shirt off and be confident in themselves. Like, everybody wants self-confidence and acceptance, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to too extreme measures to get it, and we're taking too many shortcuts, and that's just not going to cut it. So I'm here to influence as many people as possible, as many people that will listen, to do it the right way, because the right way works, and I'm proof of that. The right way works, but you got to sacrifice some stuff. You got to cut the alcohol out of your life. You can't be smoking cigarettes and all that kind of nonsense. You can't be staying up all night. You can't eat chicken wings, beer and wings and pizza every night and expect that your numbers are going to be legitimate, because that's just not going to work. You got to live the right way, and it's worth it in the end. You got to make some sacrifices. You got to make some cuts in one area to make gains in another area. Every part of life works like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to put more time in to get more outcome. More effort in, better outcome. That's how it works. So anyways, guys, that's the video. I'll share my total blood panel with y'all next time as further validation that I know what I'm talking about next time. Holla at y'all later. Peace out. Always repping.